Sony confirms its interest in purchasing Kadokawa's FromSoft's parent company. Isn't that interesting? Here we go again. David Carcassoli over at PSU. Sony has confirmed its intention to purchase Kadokawa, the parent company of majority owner of FromSoftware. In a post translated by Genki Japan, Sony simply confirmed that it had submitted its intent to refuse to comment further on the topic. The potential acquisition has been one of the biggest topics of conversation since it was first reported last month. So far, it has been Kadokawa that confirmed the acquisition talks were happening, but now Sony has finally confirmed its part in the process. Quote, "It's true. We have made an initial statement of intent. We would appreciate it if we could refrain from further comment." Of course, you don't want to say anything else. Interesting, while players might see the immediate reasons as to why Sony would want to make this acquisition, seeing as how FromSoftware is one of the best studios currently working in the industry today, it's reportedly been Kadokawa's who've pushed for the acquisition to happen. Isn't that interesting? On top of that, a new report claims that Kadokawa's employees are enthused by the idea of being acquired by Sony. It's too early to tell if the acquisition will happen, of course, but it is interesting that all signs from Kadokawa seem to be pushing for it. Michael, if this goes through, is this good for the industry or just good for Sony?
Definitely good for Sony, right? I think the big thing is going to be what exactly the impact is on FromSoft, right? Because at the end of the day, FromSoftware, it's just their parent company that's being bought out, right? How much say if Sony owns their parent company is Sony going to have over them, right? We don't quite know all that. It's not like they're buying FromSoftware one-to-one. There's going to be a lot of technical... How much freedom does FromSoftware even have right now over Kadokawa? It's just like, hey, Kadokawa owns us, but we do our own thing. So I'm very curious. I think it could be good for the industry, but then again, if the same four companies own everything, right? Well, time will tell if all of a sudden the Elden Ring IP and all that moves over to being like a PlayStation exclusive, or at least a 6-month to a 1-year early exclusive. That's gonna suck quite a bit, right? Because then if you're on an Xbox, you get nothing. Maybe PC gets something. So I think time will tell, Drew. Right now, I guess I'd say I'm hesitantly optimistic, again, that it's more, we're buying the parent company. We're not actually buying FromSoftware. They're kind of included in the deal, but how much wiggle room will they still have? But yeah, this could go really, really well, but this could also completely backfire if all of a sudden Sony says, all right, everything FromSoftware does going forward, PS5, PS6 exclusive. You can get it on PC and Xbox in a year or two.
But I think that's the biggest concern moving forward is what do they do? Do they make everything out of FromSoftware go exclusive, right? Right now, you can't keep an exclusive on Xbox. Everything goes to PlayStation, right? And there's two sides to that story, I guess, and how people feel. Because if you're an Xbox fan, you're like, where's our exclusives? There aren't any. You go to PlayStation, yo, here's our list of exclusives. Let me get out a notepad full, right? The list goes on and on and on. And all of a sudden they get FromSoftware and go, yo, Elden Ring 2, PlayStation exclusive. Man, Xbox might as well just turn third party. Like, that's how it's kind of looking in my eyes, right? They need to, man, this could be good, but I'm not sure for who. If it's for fans, I don't think so. I think it's more good for Sony. But I found it really interesting that it wasn't even Sony who approached them about it. That's the other side. They just want out now by the looks of things. We'll see.